it's crazy to think back when Adkins left the club and Crosby was installed as the caretaker manager, and we went into that first game against Port Vale and drew 1-1. And I'd say the majority of fans were against his appointment, against him coming in as a caretaker. They probably thought to themselves, well, he was brought in under Adkins. Is it just going to be more of the same? Are we just going to be a sinking ship, or we'll be playing National League football next year? There wasn't any real positivity about him being appointed. Can probably look back on Twitter to see that evidence. And then obviously we picked up a couple of draws and started winning games. I think we beat Bromley in that he got his first win against Bromley, and then we went and won at Bradford, and all of a sudden he started to become quite popular, and he's just gone from strength to strength. And there was a feeling at the end of last season in the hope that here's somebody who's got that man management down to a T. It's all of the new signings were alluding to the fact that Crosby had sold them this vision. I mean, given what's happening off the field, I'm not sure exactly what the vision would have consisted of, or how much confidence Crosby would have had to be financially backed to deliver anything this season, really. But he's recruited well. He's getting the best out of the existing squad members. There's been no player. There's no situation with any player where you think, oh well, he's fallen out with the manager there. He's making all the players be honest and turn up and train and understand that they're not going to be selected unless they just do the non-negotiables, the basic requirements. I mean, it just almost seems too good to be true, really. But he was talking about the how great it is to be a professional footballer and how they should all feel like privileged to be representing Tranmere, and he just gets it, really, it seems. So it just feels as though he's just got so many great qualities, and it feels like this is his chance to demonstrate what a really good football manager he is, and what a good coach he is, and a man manager, and he just seems to have the know-how, really. And the other thing with Crosby is that there's over 2,000 appearances between all of the players in that Tranmere squad, which is very substantial. Scott Lindsay said after the match, his team have got around 500 appearances between them, and Tranmere have got about 2,000. Obviously, Richie Smallwoods and Connor Jennings make up for a large chunk of that, as does Nathan Smith as well. But that know-how that he's recruited this year, that backbone, that spine, you can imagine the dressing room at half-time where, there's probably plenty of voices saying, lads, this isn't good enough, lads, we need to change it. And the manager's come in and changed it. But they've got that solid backbone. And so, long may it continue, Matt. I mean, obviously we had 8 points from 4 games at the beginning of last season. So obviously it's, but it does feel different this season. It does feel as though we're physically stronger, and we've got that more experience, and we've got those senior figures, and we've got a manager who's determined to be successful this season in some shape or form. So I'm in awe of the man. I think he's been brilliant for this club, and we should be indebted as fans to the fact that he's come along and picked us up and got us going again in such a great way.
The stats, I know you like your stats, Matt. The stats are outstanding. He's now been in charge for 17 league games, during which time he has recruited 31 of an available 51 points, which is, that's an incredible record as it is. From those 17 league games, there has been 8 wins, 7 draws, and just 2 defeats, which amounts to a win percentage of 47%. There or thereabouts. And if that persists for the entirety of this season, look, the signs are so far that is what's going to happen. It is going to continue trending in that direction. Then who knows what this team's capable of? And I know we don't want to get drawn in too early, and we don't want to talk about hyperbole and blow everything up. But why wouldn't you get excited about what you're seeing at the moment?
Yeah, I watched the Colchester game from afar on my laptop, and at the end of that game, I remember thinking, this isn't going to be a team that's going to concede many goals this season. I really don't. I think teams are having to work so hard to create chances and to score and then to execute the chances. And so far, obviously, we've only conceded 2 goals in 4 matches. We've had 2 really long trips to Essex and Sussex, and we've played a Gillingham team who obviously have had a great start to the season themselves. They think they beat Crewe today. They beat Chesterfield midweek. So we've started pretty well, and we've not necessarily had easy fixtures. Shrewsbury, with the exception of Shrewsbury, who seem to be in all sorts of trouble at the moment. But yeah, we're just so competitive in every game. We're so hard to beat. I'm not saying, who knows what's going to happen against Notts County next Saturday, but I'd be surprised if we lost that game, and kind of be surprised if we didn't win it, because the way in which County have started and conceding goals, Tranmere just don't concede many chances. We just have that belief, that camaraderie. Nathan Smith said in his post-match interview today about the feeling, the mood, the sort of the spirit within the camp as well. He's a brilliant character, by the way. He speaks so well, and he's exactly the sort of person that you want to have in your team. He's a warrior that sort of just has that positive influence on players around him as well.